Today's segment's going to cover defense. Defense is a necessity for the wing position. You're asked to do a lot. You're asked to shut down offensive players. You're asked to switch. You have to sometimes play bigger players. But playing solid defense is a very important staple of any wing player. You don't have to get steals, blocks, and things like that, but you're going to have to play solid. It doesn't have to be home run defense, but you have to make multiple efforts and do a lot. You're asked to do a lot as a wing defender. First thing is you got to stay low and you got to stay in your stance. That's fundamental for good defenders. Again, you don't have to get all these blocks and steals and things. You could just be a solid defender by having great stance and staying low. Second thing, especially for young wing players, they pick up a lot of fouls by not showing their hands, by having their hands down and then grabbing. You always got to show your hands. You got to be active and getting deflections. Again, not necessarily steals, but get your hands on balls by getting your hands up and not by your sides. You're going to get screened a lot, pin downs, on the ball screens. You're going to have to try to get skinny and get around screens, but you're going to have to absorb contact and get back in the play. Remember, second effort is what we're looking for here. Fakes, don't go for them. Be the second person to get off the ground. Do not leave your feet on fakes. Stay on the ground. Get your hand in their face. Challenge the shot, but try not to leave your feet. So many fouls on jump shots. So many fouls on three-point shooting. You got to stay on your feet. And the last thing, off the ball. Always be in position to help. See where the ball's at. Always be in a position to make a play on someone else if a teammate gets beat. Get in the play and then box out and rebound. Those are simple fundamentals that I think of being a good wing defender. The players we're going to use on today's defensive video is Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Dorian Finney-Smith, Klay Thompson, and Jimmy Butler. All right, let's dive in and let's go to work. First player we're going to look at is Dorian Finney-Smith from the Dallas Mavericks. All right, so on this play, it doesn't look like he did a lot, but he did a lot on the possession. All right, as you can see, he had a fight through. He goes through a denial here. See, look, always looking at the ball. Active defender on the weak side. Get back to his. Okay. Now as the ball goes, he's in help. Now, one mistake here is he totally turned his back on Forbes in the corner. But then he fires out, gets a contest. Dallas has the ball. Good possession. Remember, all these possessions, you don't have to be Superman on defense. You don't have to get steals every time or blocks every time to be a good defender. You have to be good on the ball defender, good, be in position to help when the ball's on the weak side, and just be active and be smart. Now look at him now. He's in a stance. Look at that. That's perfect stance. Low. Hands could be up, but that's fine. Gets through the screen. All right. Stays connected coming off that screen. A little bit of a hold, but that's okay. All right. And then funnels him into the shot blocker. That's solid defense. Again, nothing special here, but look, good fundamental team defense. Ball comes down. All right, he's in help. Pick and roll happens. He's at the nail to help on the penetration. And then he fires out to his matchup. Contest. Ball. All right, same thing. All right, he's in help. All right, makes a play on the ball, gets back to his in position. Now he jumps, which probably gets him a little bit off balance, but his size and length, he gets back, contest, didn't get the rebound, but again, did his job. Now you have to guard one of the best players in the NBA, and he does a pretty good job here. All right, he stays low, gets in front, stays down on that fake. Look, now watch. Fake, doesn't really go for it. Stays down, physical here, gets that, tries to make a play at the ball. Solid. Again, look, stance, he's low, doesn't go for it. Block. I mean, look, active hands we're talking about in the beginning of the video. All right, spin, defends the spin, hand, and gets a hand on the ball. That's great defense. Dorian's one of the best, one of the more underrated defenders in the NBA. He's a very good defender, and any player should emulate what he's trying to do. All right, let's take a look at Jimmy Butler. I mean, that's just great fundamental team defense. All right, it starts from the beginning, gets a help, try to be in denial. Look, he's in at the nail, helping on the penetration, fires out, gets a contest, secure a rebound. That's great defense. All right, we're talking about, again, we're going to get screened at times. Okay, he fights through one, he fights through two, and then he comes off and he's going to have to take a hit. But look at him. Takes a hit, but gets right back in the play. Gets a hand up, shot, great defense. Nothing special here, but again, just solid team defense. Tatum makes the pass, goes around, contested shot. Not bad. And this poor bastard's got to, he's got to do all the dirty work here. Look, gets low, gets skinny, avoids the screen a little bit, goes a little wide, gets back in the play, contested shot. You can't ask for anything more than that. Off the ball, fights through, stays down. I think Tim Hardaway's initial plan was to get him off the ground on the fake. But look, fake's made. All right, he makes the play on the ball. Doesn't really go for anything here. Stays down, makes the play on the ball. They secure the rebound. Again, that's solid fundamental defense. Let's take a look again here. It's a tough matchup. Harrell is a tall, big guy. Stays down, makes a little stab at the ball, but again gets back in the play. All right, and just active on the. Let's take a look at Kawhi Leonard. Okay. So let's go back. This is a multiple effort possession defensively on Kawhi. Just look at him here. All right. He's in help. Fires out. Tries to get a steal. Stays in the play. All right. Fires out to Luka. Makes a contest. Look at this guy. That's awesome. All right, let's move it back. So first things first, we got to switch. He stays down, hands are up. Look at his hands, always up trying to get a deflection. The guy's a fundamentally sound player. Now he's in help with the nail, fires out, makes a play on the ball, and then fires out, contested shot. You can't ask for anything better than that. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look. All right, so he's in help. At the nail, fires out, hand up, contest, secures rebound. I mean, that's just very good defense here. So here he's in help. Gets back. Makes a play in the ball. Gets deflection. Again, using his hands in a great way. That was just something small that I like to see. This is something small that I like to see. Gets through the screen. Peels off. Boxes out. Now they don't secure the rebound. But again, he fights through that screen. Gets to Baines' body. First thing he does is box out. And that's just good team fundamental defense. Now, obviously, they need to get the ball, but that was a very good play on his part. I mean, it's so many good things in one possession right here. So many good things. Ball starts in the inbound. All right, look, hand up. Tries to get a deflection. That's great. Now look at him rotate his body. He just doesn't allow himself to get screened here. He sort of rotates out without getting a reach call. Gets around the screener. Really no play there. Gets a hand on the ball. All right, goes under. Makes a stab at the ball. Stays down. That's a great job. That's a grown man basketball right there. Screen comes, stays in front, just gets his hand on the ball. That's awesome. That's what you want to see. All right, let's take a look at Klay Thompson. Again, nothing spectacular about this, but look, just good fundamental team defense. Gets through. Look, stays down. Try not to give middle. Jab. See, as he always has his hand up, that's just something small that I think all defenders need to do. Get your hands off your hips. Get your hand in the passing lanes. Get your hand on the shot. Secures the rebound. That's great. Now he guarded one of the best scorers of all time. I mean, he's asked to defend most of the best players that they have to face. He's defending them, usually for Golden State. Has to guard him at half court. Staying down, staying low. All right, gets pushed off on. Contests the shot. Solid. Again, another grown man play. Stays down. Stays down. Just gets his hands on the ball. No foul. Good. Again, another play that he doesn't do anything special on. Just comes out of the corner, gets under, stays down. Good footwork. Gets a contested shot. That's great. Has to guard this juggernaut. Just stays down. Doesn't give middle. Stays down. Gets a hand on the shot. Another grown man play. Just stays down. Doesn't give middle. Just gets his hand on the ball. And again, I don't like the swipe down here, but again, look at that left hand. In the passing lane, trying to get a deflection. And then Lance probably should have done a better job protecting and using that off arm. But then again, just gets his hand on the ball. It's great. Let's take a look at Paul George. Can't ask for anything better than that. Stays low, moves his feet. Again, another fun. Look at that right arm, that right hand, and then gets the hand on the shot. It's great. Stays down. Perfect. Just fundamental. I mean, can't ask for anything better than that. Look, stays low. Lets Westbrook dance around with the ball. Doesn't do anything. Just stays down. And he gets a hand on the shot. I mean, how much better can you get? That's awesome. I mean, has to guard this nightmare again. Stays down. Goes left. And Westbrook's a lot. He's improved a lot with his left hand. You know, goes left, stays down, gets his hand on the ball. I mean, that's awesome. That's great. I mean, guarding one of the best players in the league, Siakam, right now. All right, just stays low, doesn't do anything hero ballish. Hands in the pass lane. All right, forces him to pivot. Great contest. That's great. All right, sort of goes for the fake here, but still forces them into a tough shot. Plays the percentages is fine. All right, but stays with the play. You always got to stay with the play. Look, these aren't super defensive plays, and I think most of the things that you see online on defense are shot blocks and steals, and a lot of it's done without making a super play on the ball. It's done by just good fundamental defense and staying down and keeping your hands active and trying to get deflections and boxing out and fighting through screens. You got to make hit all these singles and doubles and forget about trying to hit home runs on defensive plays. That'll get you beat because you're going to leave your feet. You're going to try to play hero ball. I think these are good fundamental plays that you could take back and really improve on. I hope this brings you value. And again, I appreciate your time. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.